In the beginning of the movie, we see that technology has advanced a lot. A person can upgrade himself. Like if a person's eyes are damaged, then he can get artificial eyes. If any part of the body is damaged, so they can upgrade it by replacing it. But because of this, the world has been divided into two parts. On one side there are rich people who can advance their technology and experiment, while on the other hand are poor people for whom it is very difficult to do all this. And headquarter of this type of technology is found in Japan. There was a secret lab, where a secret experiment was going on. This experiment was that, they used to take out the human brain and put it in a robotic body, and later this body also gets feeling. First of all, this experiment was done on a girl whose parents were killed in a robot attack, and this girl also survived to die in that attack, but she became seriously injured. But the lab peoples wanted to help her, so to save her life, they take her brain out and put it into artificial body. This lab experiment was quite unique and high-tech because it was quite expansive. After this operation was successful, a robotic body was made. It looked exactly like a human body. All this was done by a lady doctor. After doing this, she informs the CEO of the company, on which he orders that as soon as this project is completely ready, it should be included in the anti-terrorist team of the army, because it has a lot of power, and it's just like a weapon for us. Hearing this, the lady doctor is shocked. After this, 1 year passes, and the girl becomes a major after taking training in the army unit, and she works with them to stop all the operations like robotic attacks and any illegal work. There was also a leader of the army unit. Then the girl who was a major was scanning the entire city. Then she saw some illegal activity, in which some people in the hotel meeting, with people from another country, but inside the room, robots attacks those people and killed all, except one doctor. Then a robot who was a female has hacked that doctor, and she copies all the data of his brain inside herself. Then Major goes inside the building, and she kills all the robots one by one. And when the female robot, who is dying, tells the Major, "This lab also destroys you," and then the army unit team reaches there. And they comes to know that there have been 3 attacks here before, and the name of the attacker is Q's. Then we see that the Major is remembering her past vision, in which she always sees a burnt room. Despite this, she does not remember anything about how her parents were killed, or how they were destroyed, after which another task is given to the Major, and this task is to bring reports of the investigators, who were doing investigation on robots of other countries. When they go to the lab, to get the report, the Major first goes to meet that lady doctor, who made her, and says that, "I remember things from my past again and again." After hearing this, the female doctor gets very shocked. Then after she ignores this and says that, "It is all due to some error in your program. That why you see all this." Then both of them go to the investigators, where investigator says that we have to find out whose robotic body is this, and where did it come from. That is, my investigation is not complete yet. Here Major connect her body to robotic body, and she starts seeing the memory of that robot, in which she sees that some ghosts and entities are trying to catch her, due to which her condition become worsens. Seeing this, Batu disconnects her connection. Meanwhile Major says that, "I have come to know about the location of the attacker, who is killing people." So Major and Batu go to that location to find the attacker. Where Q's people starts misbehaves with Major. Seeing this, Batu fights with gang. In return they open fire on both of them. It was actually Q's trick, so that both could not reach him. Because of explosion Major's body gets destroyed, to a great extent, and Batu loses his both eyes. Now because Major's body is so expansive, and it was destroyed to a great extent, that's why company CEO comes to meet team leader, and said if you don't stop Major, then company stop giving the fund for your projects. But his threat has no put any effect on the army leader. Then the investigator is investigating that robotic body. Looking at it memory, she comes to know that this memory knows about the attacker. But then Q's comes there, and he warns the investigator. Seeing him the investigator becomes shocked and hides that memory. Due to this Q's kill the investigator. At that location, the people of the army unit reaches, where the robotic memory is found by Major. Then she observes that memory, in which the details of all the targeted peoples are mentioned, and the next target was the lady doctor. So Major tries to contact her, but Q's hacks the 2 people by connecting them, and sends them under his control to kill the female doctor. Now those peoples crush the doctor's car, but at the right time, Major and Batu come over there and saved the life of that female doctor. And both of them are caught, but one man was dead and the other is taken to the investigation office, and during this investigation, Q's hacks that man by reconnecting him, and through man, he start talking with Major. Then they try to find out from which location these signals are coming, and by doing this, they get the location of Q's. Then Major reaches that location, and see the whole human robot has been connected to a network, to form a complete single network. but their Q's comes and captures Major and binds her. Here he reveals himself by coming in front of the Major and starts telling her everything that he got injured in the accident. Instead of saving him, those labs did a lot of experiments on him. That's why he wanted to take revenge of those lab peoples. The big members of lab are responsible for this experiment, but their experiment was unsuccessful at first time. But the Major was told that she was the first successful experiment, but that was a lie, says Q's. I am also one of the experiments. After his accident, without his permission, his brain was removed and put in the robotic body, but the body could not connect to each other, and while doing this, the people of the lab did 100 such experiments. They used to bring the brain of different people and put it in the body. That's why Q's was now against the people of the lab and he wanted to take revenge from them. He wants to rule the world, so he created this network in Major, who always saw a burnt room in her vision. She saw same thing on Q's chest. Meanwhile, Batu comes there and start attacking Q's, so he run away. Major gets very angry after knowing the reality of life, and she goes to meet the lady doctor, and angrily asks her, "Do you do illegal experiments on people too?" Then she tells the whole reality, and said, "I am doing all this on the order company CEO. And whatever you see in your vision, it is an artificial memory." After hearing this, Major gets very upset, and she leaves from there, but the people of the lab catch her and bring her to the main office. Then there the CEO comes, who has done all this. He insists Lady Doctor that you kill her now, because she know all this reality, but Lady Doctor does not want to do this. Instead of deactivating her, she helps Major to escape from lab, due to which the CEO gets angry and kills that Lady Doctor. Then he tells the army leader that Major has killed Lady Doctor, so now she should be killed too. Here Major goes to an address where she finds a lady, and both of them talk to each other. And lady said that I had a daughter named Motoko who had run away from home. After that the police caught her, and she had committed suicide in jail. Here we come to know that Major is Motoko and she was the daughter of that lady. Major realized she was not caught by the police, but was caught by lab people for experiment. Then Major decides that she will take revenge from lab people. That's why the Major leaves from there, and she contacts the army leader and says, "I have to destroy the company and CEO. I need your help." Now the army leader here knew that the CEO of the lab was listening to him, so he intentionally says some things against the CEO of the lab. When CEO hears this, he sends some of his people to kill the army leader, but the army leader is very intelligent. He kills all these people by fighting them. And he himself goes to the CEO's location. The memory of the Major starts coming back, and the room that was coming in her vision, she see it again, and this time she remembers all the things of her past. Where she and Q's both are couple in human life, and they were both work in anti-robotics team. And when the meeting of the anti-robotic team was going to be held in a room, then the lab people put the room on fire and they took them in the experiment lab, so they can experiment on them. Here Motoko remembers all these things. Meanwhile Q's comes there, and we see that CEO wanted to kill Motoko and Q's. So he activates the spider tank there, and tanks start attacking, due to which Q's is killed. Although Motoko tries to save him, but she does not succeed in this, after which she tried to ruin the spider tank, in which one of her hand is destroyed. That's when the people of army unit reach that place, and they destroy the spider tank and everything else. Then Batu rescues Major Motoko from there, and team leader reaches on the CEO location and he finally kills him. After a few days we see Motoko is upgraded, and she meet her mom and tells everything. She starts living happily with her mother. Simultaneously she rejoins her team. Story ends here. Thanks for watching.